15 divided by 20 equals what? Let's go. All right, our task here is to convert a fraction into a percent. There's a couple ways you can do this. One that only works sometimes, but it does happen to work here, so I'll show you. And the other one that works all the time, so I'll show you that one too. We're trying to do 15/20ths and convert that into a percent. And if you think about what percent means, this is really helpful. How many years are in a century? Think about it for a second. How many years are in a century? That's 100. How many cents are in a dollar? That's also 100. How many legs does a centipede supposedly have? Now, it doesn't really, but people always say a centipede has 100 legs. That's because the root word cent actually means 100. So in Latin, the root word cent means 100. So let's see here. If we're talking about percent and I'm trying to convert 15/20ths to a percent, we're really asking 15 out of 20 is how many per 100? How many out of 100? Because again, cent means 100. So 15 out of 20 is what over 100? That's really what we're asking when we're converting something into a percent. So we're trying to find an equivalent fraction that has 100 as the denominator. Now, in this case, this is not too bad because I can see 20, if I multiply that by 5, that's how I get to 100. So to get the equivalent fraction, I would also have to multiply the numerator by 5 to get the equivalent fraction. So we did the denominator by 5, we'll do the numerator by 5. And what's 15 by 5? You can do the long multiplication to show it, but that's going to be 75. So therefore, 15 out of 20 is the same thing as 75 out of 100 is the same as 75 per 100, just to emphasize that. Therefore, it's the same as 75 per cent. So our answer is going to be 75%. Now, this trick only works if you've got a nice, easy fraction that you can easily convert into hundredths. Otherwise, it gets kind of hard to do this trick. But this trick did work here. We've got 75%. I mentioned, though, there's another way to do this. How do we do that? Well, if we want to do 15/20ths and convert that into a percent, and maybe we didn't see the trick here, 15/20ths we could first simplify. We could simplify that by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 5. And so the numerator divided by 5 will get 3. The denominator divided by 5 will get 4. So this fraction is 3/4. Now, how do we convert that into a percent? Well, the way to do it is we convert to a decimal first. I'm going to say that's the same thing as 3 divided by 4, and I'll have to do the long division to get the decimal. Okay, well, by the way, real quick, I bet you can see that if you ever see the trick up here and it works, this is majorly to your advantage, so you don't have to do all these other steps. But okay, we got to do the long division because hypothetically we didn't see the trick. What do? 3 divided by 4. Well, 4 doesn't go into 3, so we're going to write a 0 above the 3. I'll have to write a decimal because we're going to have to keep working here. 4 doesn't go into 3, but 4 does go into 30. 4 goes into 30 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. So we'll subtract now the 30 minus the 28, leaving a 2. We'll have to write another 0 and bring another 0 down because we're not done yet. We didn't get a 0 down here yet. How many times does 4 go into 20? Well, that goes in 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20, and that's exactly 20. So we've got a 0, and therefore we're done with our division. So what we've done is said 15/20ths is really 3/4, which is really 0.75. And now remember, when I want to convert a decimal into a percent, how do I do it? I'll take the decimal value wherever it is, and I'll move it exactly 1, 2 times to the right, and now that'll be a percent. So 0.75 is really 75%. I've moved that decimal twice. And one way or the other, whether I saw the trick, whether I did the long division, we can see that our answer is D. And if you got it, great thinking.